Top 5 Biggest Church Tech Trends. Alteration is something that happens regularly in your neighborhood. Not necessarily in brand new gizmos and technical advances that are particularly flashy and dazzling. Instead, people in your church and community are likely to be directly impacted by the proliferation of mobile phone use, the surge in popularity of social media, and the ongoing growth of internet purchasing. These three fundamental shifts affect how people form connections, interact with organizations such as corporations and churches, and give money. It is necessary for you, in your role as a leader in the church, to have your finger on the pulse of these changes. The progression of the digital era has a direct impact on how you, as a local church, communicate the gospel and make disciples of the people you encounter. Are you ready? Here is a list of 5 emerging trends in church technology that you should keep a watch out for. The items on the list are not presented in any particular sequence, so the results may come as a surprise to you. Number 5. Center your attention on YouTube. According to Nils Smith, Chief Strategist of Social Media and Innovation at Dunham & Company, this is the year of YouTube for churches. Nils continued by saying, "We'll see a lot of focus diverted to this platform as we saw with Instagram in 2018, which is an interesting prediction. There is a great deal of potential for the church to benefit from YouTube. YouTube is a social media channel that has a lot of content, is a location where people look for answers and find solutions to their problems, and is expanding all the time." Try to wrap your head around these statistics from YouTube. More than 1 billion active users. 1 billion hours were viewed every day. More than 70% of the time spent watching videos on YouTube is done so on mobile devices. This year, a marketing consultant named Kenny Jong anticipates seeing a large uptick in the number of videos that churches produce just for YouTube. But he believes that a lot of churches will have trouble figuring out how precisely to use this tool to actively spread the gospel in their communities. The situation is as follows. Rather than diving headfirst into YouTube, your church should first take the time to formulate a strategy for how it will use video content to reach out to the community. When it comes to the creation of videos, it's simple to become fixated on the production side of things. But, because there is already countless hours worth of video content on YouTube, you will need to employ a strategic approach to assist people in locating your video content. We offer the YouTube for Churches training series as a resource that can assist your church in getting started on YouTube. Number 4. The proliferation of services that are completed for the customer. Every church struggles with the same 2 constraints. Time is more valuable than money. Time is a limited resource. The time that you spend preparing for a sermon, counseling individuals, or getting ready for a meeting is time that cannot be regained. When it comes to money, is a finite resource. Regardless of the size of the budget for your church, you only have a certain amount of money available to pay for staff and facilities, and to contribute to either domestic or international mission work. To get the most out of their time and resources, churches are increasingly considering the possibility of contracting out their work rather than recruiting individuals to work either part or full time. Because of this change taking place inside the church, done for you technological services have become increasingly popular. Done for you services are specialized services that you can hire a person or an organization to perform on your behalf in exchange for payment. For instance, your church most likely makes use of this kind of service for either its gardening or its maintenance needs. As a result of the growth in the number of people working from home, an explosion of newly developed done-for-you services has occurred, including the following: posting on social networking platforms and graphic design, production of a video announcement, advertisements on Facebook. This year, we anticipate seeing a growth in the number of service providers who offer done-for-you solutions, as well as an increase in the number of churches that utilize these solutions as a way to make the most of their available resources in terms of both time and money. Number 3. Make the transition to micro-marketing. This year, churches will implement micro-marketing strategies at a far higher rate than in previous years. On the surface, this can appear to be a hard topic. On the other hand, this tactic is simple to understand. Just concentrating your marketing efforts on an extremely limited number of individuals is the essence of micro-marketing. You can communicate with a highly targeted set of individuals as an alternative to disseminating your message to a large number of people through the use of flyers, direct mail, or billboards. You may assure that people in your neighborhood will hear about your church or church event by utilizing micro-marketing or location-based marketing. Both of these marketing strategies are becoming increasingly popular. People in your neighborhood want to see targeted promotions and adverts that are pertinent to them as a result of the surge in popularity of advertising on social media platforms, in particular Facebook ads. In addition, churches will continue to adopt these techniques of promotion because of the rising accessibility of digital advertising, the proven outcomes that it produces, and the cost efficiency that it offers. In all likelihood, a growing number of churches will adopt practices such as social media advertising, ads on beacons, geo-targeting. For instance, at Tithe.ly, we are in the process of providing our church app customers with the ability to use a geofence that will trigger a notification whenever someone with your church app passes through your geo barrier. This feature will be available to our church app customers shortly. According to John Holtkamp, who serves as a church app's senior engineer for Tithe.ly, 2 applications of technology will emerge in the church shortly. To begin, you might advertise a unique occasion by making use of geofences. Second, your church can design recurrent messages that will welcome people to your worship session. These messages can even include links that allow people to view the sermon notes, give, and other relevant information. Number 2. Software adaptation and integration. There is an infinite variety of equipment at your disposal to keep your life in church in order. Consider the implications of that for a second. There is a tool available on the internet for almost everything, including emails, communication within the team, online giving, video calls, banking /s websites, administration of the church, entertainment, file sharing, marketing, project management. Users are beginning to feel overwhelmed as a result of the increasing number of online tools that are at their disposal. Keeping track of a large number of different tools to complete a variety of activities is proving to be a burdensome endeavor. As a result, software companies will continue to emphasize the addition of seamless interfaces and the provision of comprehensive solutions for churches. Concerning this final point, we at Tithe.ly have recently partnered up with Elvanto to provide digital giving, church apps, and church management software all within a single, user-friendly platform. This cuts down on the number of online tools that church leaders need to use to manage the day-to-day operations of their congregations. This year, we anticipate seeing an increase in the number of online software companies moving in this route through the formation of partnerships, the acquisition of other software companies, or the addition of new software to their already existing services. Number 1. A rise in the use of electronic mail marketing. The website of your church should serve as the new front door. The majority of people will look at your church's website first before attending a worship service that your church hosts. But churches have found throughout the years that it is challenging to convince someone who visits their website to come to their physical location. Because of this reality, churches are going to start putting a greater emphasis on growing their email list, which isn't groundbreaking by any stretch of the imagination. On the other hand, Kenny Jong said that what's new is that more and more churches will construct landing pages and lead magnets to grab email addresses. This might sound like a marketing strategy for a company to some people. On the other hand, here's the deal. The majority of people who visit your church's website in the hope of attending for the first time are not yet prepared to do so. You can put yourself in a better position to foster a relationship and convince someone to attend your church if you capture the email address of a website visitor and store it in your contact database. Because of this, we anticipate that a greater number of churches will begin experimenting with email marketing. How was the video? Did you enjoy it? Post your feedback in our comments section below and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates.